What's going on?
Central. My gosh.
Stu, what are we looking at?
Oh, hey, guys, I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of multitasking. No, he crashed. He crashed. He crashed. There he is. He's coming out. Anyway, so, yes, I understand that. So what's going on is a pursuit here in the downtown area. As you can see, it's very, very difficult because we have the buildings out here, extremely high speeds. What the vehicles wanted for, can't really tell you what the original want was, but I can tell you this driver, very reckless. That pickup truck's been fishtailing, been up on sidewalks, driving over islands, and on the wrong side of the road. Very many close calls. You saw another fishtail right there. These buildings making it very difficult to keep an eye on it, and that's one of the reasons why they keep re-engaging that pursuit, because the helicopter, the PD helicopter that's over it, also having those same difficulties. You can see this. This is one of those ones where I am very, very sensitive about what we're doing and what we're showing because of the fact that this thing has been so all over the road and all over, like I said, a couple times on the sidewalk. These high speeds and this very, very erratic driving is you just don't want to see this end in a crash, hurting a pedestrian and or even just some bent metal, some people just being hurt. We're making our way back over there. Of course, we're going to get there as soon as possible. I did turn down the scanner because I wanted to talk to you guys, but you can see this pursuit continuing right now. And again, very high speeds, very, very reckless, and those wide turns. Look at that, people jumping out of the way. And of course, LAPD, they're doing what they can. And again, they've re-engaged it because of the reckless driving, and they're going against traffic.
Oh, wow.
Yep, we're going the wrong way. And LAPD, you can see that they're not going to go against traffic, so they're basically letting this guy make his way that. And again, right there, you see it, the helicopter above. But even with nobody behind him, that reckless driving definitely continues, and that is what's concerning LAPD more than anything else, is the safety of the public.
That is very concerning, Stu. He's weaving in and out of, like, you know, one-way lanes, and then there's a lot of pedestrians too in that area. And a lot of people who are up on the sidewalk, as you can see. It doesn't seem like that makes any difference to this driver. Look at how he's fishtailing all
crazy.
over the road. And that's when nobody is really actively pursuing him right now. I'm sure that LAPD has been cautioned to kind of keep their distance.
What's especially dangerous about this, as this pursuit goes and weaves its way into the downtown area, the downtown corridor, obviously they're extremely busy. You see homeless encampments there. You see lots of people on the streets and sidewalks. You see the vendors as well. And this is happening at a very high rate of speed on surface streets, and so that's a huge danger there when you have so many pedestrians and cars in intersections. It is super, super dangerous. And this driver showing no signs of slowing down or stopping while these black and whites are right on his tail in pursuit of this. Also, this is such a high rate of speed here, so you can't really even anticipate where this driver might be going. It looks like he's going every which way through the downtown area, Stu.
That's for sure, every which way. And you know, this is the reason why they did re-engage the pursuit a couple of times. The lights and sirens at least giving some of these folks warning about what's going on. Looks like we're making our way out of the downtown area, which might be a plus. I think we might have some issues getting into the Bravo if he starts heading a little bit more south. That's the LAX airspace because of the fog, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. There you go, he's making another turn. So now he's on Washington, so at least we're not going into the LAX airspace. The speeds might have slowed down just a little bit, but whoa! There you go.
Oh, goodness.
No.
Oh my goodness.
My
My gosh. And that vehicle actually went into a basement.
Oh,
that
my
is a
goodness.
basement area right there. There you go. You got the suspect climbing out of the vehicle and basically trying to run. LAPD, they've got to be somewhere nearby.
They have to be.
But I'm really concerned about those anybody that's in that car, the driver, of course. But you can see that it actually flipped over and went into, like, fell at least a story.
My
that
goodness.
is a basement. It might be a little difficult to see. I don't know what this driver is doing down there. It looks like he almost wants to go and see if they're like wants to help. But anyways, LAPD's got to be making their way over here as quickly as possible. But that
This
actually
is
is
an
the
emergency
suspect.
situation right now.
Yes, definitely. And
driver.
okay, there's PD. They're arriving, and you know, And you know, of course, the helicopter, the PD helicopter, saw that crash as well. They made that call immediately, just as we saw it happening live. They're going to take this guy into custody, and of course, you know, they were going to check on those persons in that vehicle, but also making access to those persons. That might be a little bit difficult.
Okay, someone needs to get to that person.
Boys in blue.
There's a lot of barbed wire around this empty lot. As you said, it almost looks like it's an abandoned lot, and perhaps they were digging deeper into the ground or took away some of the building there, and there's a step down, or almost like a basement area that this SUV then flipped over and into that empty lot. And really scary here, as we don't know the condition of this driver inside this vehicle here.
And how many people were inside the car too?
Yeah, and we haven't seen any movement. Engine's still running. What we're seeing right there is because the engine's upside down. Yeah. The oil is getting into the cylinders, and that's the reason why we're seeing that white smoke coming out. One of the officers made their way down there. They are starting to at least talk to the driver. But I would wonder, is this person even conscious? That was quite a hit and a flip, and then you also have to figure must have fallen at least 10 feet into that like you said, basement area, or possible was a basement here when there was a building. Officers going to try to do what they can, but they have to also be cautious. But fire department definitely en route. You can see this. What a crazy pursuit!
To see exactly
the speed, what I was worried about.
The speed with which this driver was going. I mean, it was like over 80 miles per hour in some areas of these surface streets in downtown.
But also
that's
how
what we were
reckless he
concerned
was driving.
about.
Driving the wrong way down one-way streets, weaving in and out of traffic, at one point getting up on the sidewalk. I'm glad he's in custody, but I'm now worried for the person or people who were in that car right now.
Me too.
Well, we're watching as police officers sit here, and they are likely waiting for firefighters to arrive here. Perhaps they'll have to get some tools to extricate the people or the passengers that are inside this vehicle. And obviously, you don't know the condition of the person. They're going to bring in the paramedics and the braces to make sure that they can safely get this person out. We're just praying that the person or persons inside this SUV are okay. But this I would hope that they would just shut that engine off, because I don't want to see this thing start to catch fire.
That's right.
Even though you have these officers here, they probably have access to a fire extinguisher, but still, that engine's still running. That's not good as far as the possibility of a fire or something, some other issues starting down there. More officers arriving here on scene, and also access is going to be the fire department. They're going to have more tools to make that happen. But again, we definitely know at least the driver inside that vehicle. Violent crash out here, corner of Trinity and Washington. That pursuit suspect in custody. But right now, our biggest concern is that innocent person or persons inside that upside down SUV. There you go. One of the officers actually climbing in, trying to make their way in there. Looks like, okay, so
we want to go ahead and play this. We want to go ahead and play the video of the end of this pursuit to see just how this happened. One vehicle, that vehicle in pursuit truck slamming into that other SUV as it made its way through that intersection, and the speed so fast that the SUV flipped over into that empty lot.
And you're estimating, Stu, that the drop was about 10 feet?
Oh, wow. The person is outside the vehicle.
About 10 feet.
Look at that.
She's outside the vehicle.
Okay.
She climbed out the other side. Actually, Dylan was saying that the PD ship was telling us that the driver is out of the vehicle, climbed out the other side. So you got her, you can see visibly injured and shocked, I can imagine. And this is the thing. I am sure she doesnn't even know what happened.
Wow.
You know, she is just literally driving and then broadsided like that, the vehicle flipping over and landing in this basement. It's definitely I'm happy she's alive. I'm sad that this happened. That's probably the best way to say it. And you can see some of the damage on that apparently stolen vehicle. That's what we're getting from our assignment desk. That was the original want of that of the vehicle was a stolen vehicle. But anyways, driver in custody. The innocent driver of the other one out of the vehicle. And, of course, fire department in or out.
She's alive, and the good news is she's alert, and she was able to pull herself out of that. So a lot of good signs here, but obviously they're keeping her on the ground here until firefighters and paramedics can arrive, do a full assessment, and take her to the hospital where she can get some help. But what a crazy situation for this driver, just on her way there. That's 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, and this is Washington Boulevard at Trinity. You can see the moments before, when the crash happened. You can see her car just flipped over that lot. It went about 10 feet and landed on its roof.
Yeah. And
she actually, officers had to pull her out of not the driver's side, but the passenger side.
Yeah, part of it was that there is that drop.
Yeah.
There's that drop into this into this lot, and so that's. I mean, as chances are, you know, she's going to go into that intersection, gets into this accident, and then goes into a lot where it causes the SUV to flip over. And I'm
sure officers right now are telling her not to move, right, until paramedics get on scene.
Definitely.
The front of the vehicle where she was driving, I mean, that looks like it's absolutely crushed. So, gosh, it's just so crazy how lucky they are. And there's the firefighters, the paramedics there arriving at the scene.
Well, this is a major thoroughfare, so I'm sure they're going to be shutting things down temporarily until they get things in order over here.
Yeah. We do have our Gigi Gracia, who is on the scene there, so she'll be able to give us a look from the ground as soon as she gets to that location. But we'll be monitoring the situation here. Again, the end of her pursuit ends with a crash. One person, it appears, inside the other vehicle that flipped over down an empty lot and the suspect now taken into custody. We'll keep watching this, and we'll have more when we come back.